Masonic Wisdom in the Talmud by Past Master McHenry. The Talmud is a vast collection of Jewish oral traditions, laws, ethics, and stories that span centuries and continents. It is often considered the most authoritative source of Jewish religious and legal teachings, as well as a rich source of wisdom and insight into human nature. But did you know that the Talmud also contains many parallels and connections to the teachings and symbols of Freemasonry? In this blog post, I will explore some of the Masonic wisdom in the Talmud, drawing from my own studies as a past master of Spanaway Lodge No. 83 in Washington. I will show how the Talmud can enrich our understanding of the Masonic principles of brotherhood, morality, charity, and enlightenment, and how Freemasonry can help us appreciate the depth and beauty of the Talmud. Brotherhood. One of the most fundamental values of Freemasonry is brotherhood. We call each other brothers, we greet each other with a secret handshake, we support each other in times of need, and we strive to maintain harmony and peace among ourselves. The Talmud also teaches us the importance of brotherhood, especially among fellow Jews. In fact, the Talmud states that all Israel are responsible for one another, Shavuot 39a, meaning that every Jew has a duty to care for and help his fellow Jew. The Talmud also gives us many examples of how to practice brotherhood in our daily lives. For instance, the Talmud tells us that we should not embarrass our brother in public, Bava Metzia 58b, that we should not speak ill of our brother, Arakan 15b, that we should not hate our brother in our heart, Yoma 9b, and that we should love our brother as ourselves, Shabbat 31a. These are all lessons that we can apply to our Masonic relationships as well, as we seek to foster a spirit of fraternity and goodwill among our brethren. Morality. Another key value of Freemasonry is morality. We are taught to live by the moral law, to obey the laws of our country, to be honest and upright in our dealings, to be faithful to our obligations, and to practice the cardinal virtues of temperance, fortitude, prudence, and justice. The Talmud also teaches us the importance of morality, both in relation to God and to our fellow human beings. In fact, the Talmud states that the seal of God is truth, Shabbat 55a, meaning that God values truth above all else. The Talmud also gives us many guidelines on how to live a moral life. For instance, the Talmud tells us that we should not lie, Bava 113b, that we should not steal, Bava 94a, that we should not cheat, Bava Metzia 49b, that we should not covet, Bava Batra 21a, and that we should not murder, Sanhedrin 57a. These are all commandments that we can find in the Ten Commandments, which are also displayed in every Masonic lodge. The Talmud also teaches us the moral principle of do not do unto others what you would not have them do unto you, Shabbat 31a, which is similar to the Golden Rule that we learn in Freemasonry. Charity. A third value of Freemasonry is charity. We are taught to be generous and benevolent to those who are less fortunate than us, to relieve the distress of our fellow creatures, and to contribute to the welfare of society. The Talmud also teaches us the importance of charity, both as a duty and as a virtue. In fact, the Talmud states that charity is equal to all the other commandments combined, Bava Batra 9a, meaning that charity is the highest form of service to God and humanity. The Talmud also gives us many instructions on how to practice charity in our daily lives. For instance, the Talmud tells us that we should give at least 1/10 of our income to charity, Maserot 1:1, that we should give according to our means, Ketubot 50a, that we should give with a cheerful heart, Pesachim 113b, that we should give without expecting anything in return, Bava Batra 10b, and that we should give anonymously if possible, Bava Batra 10b. These are all lessons that we can apply to our Masonic donations as well, as we seek to make a positive difference in our communities and in the world. Enlightenment. A fourth value of Freemasonry is enlightenment. We are taught to seek knowledge and wisdom, to study the liberal arts and sciences, to improve ourselves as human beings, and to discover the secrets of nature and the universe. The Talmud also teaches us the importance of enlightenment, both as a goal and as a process. In fact, the Talmud states that the study of Torah is greater than all the other commandments, Pia 1:1, meaning that the pursuit of learning is the highest form of worship and devotion. The Talmud also gives us many methods and tools for achieving enlightenment in our daily lives. For instance, the Talmud tells us that we should study the Torah every day, Berekot 35b, that we should study with a partner, Danat 7a, that we should ask questions and seek answers, Berekot 4a, that we should review what we have learned, Eruvin 54b, and that we should apply what we have learned to our lives, Avo 117. These are all practices that we can apply to our Masonic education as well, as we seek to expand our minds and our horizons. Conclusion. As you can see, the Talmud is a treasure trove of Masonic wisdom, and Freemasonry is a wonderful way to appreciate the Talmud. By studying both sources of knowledge, we can enrich our lives and our souls, and become better men and better Masons. I hope this blog post has inspired you to explore the Masonic wisdom in the Talmud, and to share your insights and discoveries with your brothers. Let's get to the light.